Hi, I'm Valen, and we're back for episode 2 of Percy Jackson and the Olympians on Disney+. I'm wearing a hat now, so you can't tell that I'm recording these on the same day at the same time. Last episode was definitely very wild, and I am very interested to see how they keep this up in terms of pace, how they keep it up in terms of the characters being introduced and their relationships with each other. I'm looking forward to seeing Annabeth, Luke, Clarice, all those characters, and definitely just really want to get into it. So let's not delay any further. This is episode 2, which is I Become Supreme Lord of the Bathroom.
The stories that I have told you about Greek gods.
Go through the recap, I guess.
They reach a certain age and they begin.
Bro, what did he even do? It's true, he didn't touch her. I am still very curious as to what he actually did to her. I love that she made Grover promise. And that shot was also so cool.
We've been expecting you.
That looked a little bit volumey, but it's alright. It looks good. Bear's soundtrack, I forgot to mention last episode, is stellar for an adventure. It's something that I'm going to be listening to it on its own, I'm sure.
You drool when you sleep.
Why was that so intense? You didn't need to make it that intense.
You're safe.
Grover's my favorite character at this point, I think. I mean, it's only one episode in, but like, damn.
It was so important I get here because my father's a god. So I'm gonna go find him.
He's gonna go find him. Guess he's just gonna go find him. Were these clothes on him last night? Did they just give him new clothes? Let's go, Jason. I'm so excited for him. Let's go. Cool.
I'm new here.
It's got the Diet Coke and everything.
Peter Johnson is here!
Mr. D, this is Percy Jackson.
Yeah, Grover. I heard him the first time.
But did you? Excuse
Feels a
me.
little bit like, theatrical.
Can you help me?
I think I can.
Okay.
Son. Yes, Peter?
It's Percy.
Exactly. Now, before we get to know
Dude.
grab that bottle,
Bro.
and I'll talk to you about whatever you want. Me? Who cares?
He's definitely nailed him. For sure.
Mr. D is not your father.
I could be.
Oh, yes.
Yes, but are you?
Oh,
Why
okay.
must you ruin
They are leaving the surprise. That's good.
And that demigods are able to do things for gods that gods are forbidden to do for them.
Oh, that's cool. That's a nice, 2-for-1. I like that explanation.
This doesn't feel right.
What, success?
It's weird. It's definitely a change to have it be portrayed as a success. The mission itself. I mean, they did get him there alive, so, I guess you can call it that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the owls.
Your pen, my wheelchair, they're all a part of your father's world, as are you now.
I like the way they separate godly and mortal creations and mechanisms and rules. That's actually really nice, the way they're separating that.
Hermes, god of travelers.
Hermes!
Your attention, please.
I love how simultaneously soft-spoken he is while also still being very authoritative. It's a really, really good acting job, and yeah, it just fits so well.
If you want to give me a hard time, just do it tomorrow. I can't do any more today.
I wanted to say I'm really sorry. I know what you're going through. Believe me.
It's interesting it comes as a surprise.
Percy.
Yeah, these cuts are very interesting. The editing is kind of strange, to be honest. The scenes don't really seem to fit together in a cohesive whole. It's just a bunch of separate bits that are sort of in sequence, and they just put them next to each other. Like, they don't need to add the black screen and the dramatic pause. Hey, Hamadryads. Who is this?
You're too hard on yourself, Grover.
Are they giving him a mother character?
Always have been.
Like a mother figure? Or is this someone from the council?
Just be truthful.
That's cool. We're actually going to see his trial. That's such a good idea.
Is now an okay time to talk?
Yes.
That's so funny.
I assumed that they'd get really squishy or something, or like an old banana.
I love that they're addressing this. That's
But
so
she
great.
evaporated.
She did. She evaporated like a monster. That's awesome.
I don't want to lie to him anymore.
That, yes. 100%, yes.
Powerful forces at work here, boy. You will say nothing to him about that.
That's nice. I do like that. He is very authoritative. Definitely demanding of respect. While still being an asshole. Oh boy, dream time. After another, weird cut.
You want justice.
You okay?
Oh, I love that Luke is, the first person to talk to him.
We all have them, That doesn't matter. We're all on the same team here. Spend too much time trying to figure out why the gods do whatever it is they do. You'll drive yourself crazy. The sooner you stop worrying about that, the sooner you can enjoy what this place actually does offer. Glory.
Gods have always fought for glory. They used to call it
Kleosophaton. I love that. I love they're bringing it all the way back to the Iliad.
Oh, hey. Knock it off, Clarice. It's like his first day. Come on.
Oh, that's so good.
Like, you want attention around here, dummy? Better be ready for it when it comes.
Oh my god, she's so good. This cast is incredible.
Luke's the strongest swordsman at camp.
Is that Chris? It's probably Chris
Leave
Rodriguez.
you alone because glory. Where do we start?
Okay, that's great. They're giving him that agency really early on. They're sort of adjusting it a little bit, but that's nice that they're bringing it in so early. I love they're hyping it up. He's like, oh yeah, he's probably gonna be super good.
Should I try again?
That's so fun. I wish they did that more.
Maybe someone should ask.
Give me more.
The whole thing isn't really disappointment. It's more like failure.
You say Ulysses?
You burn what you'll miss the most. Then they know you really mean what you're about to say, so they listen.
That's cool. I love they're pulling him into that group with them. He's in their circle and he has those same concerns, those same motivations that really align him ideologically with them.
Hi, Mom. I think you used to hate this. When the phone would ring the night after you left me at a new school. This isn't that call.
That's great.
I've made some friends here.
He's got his family.
Real friends. I think they might really like me.
Oh, God. That's so crushing, too, just knowing.
Ignoring me is one thing, but he doesn't get to ignore you.
And he's sticking up for her, too.
I'm gonna make him see us both.
Sticking up for Sally. You can see his rage, too. He's his anger with it all. Another cut. I don't know what it is with these. It's very strange editing. You don't need the black screen. You can just bring it to the next scene, I guess. It's a little interesting. Uh-oh, here we go.
Hey, guys.
Tell me you made it all up about the Minotaur, and I'll let you go.
I didn't make anything up.
Getting him swirlied. Nice. It's weird. It's like he's not even feeling it. It's sort of like acting as a separate entity that's protecting him, which is strange. Again, these scenes are so brief that I feel like would be better to be dragged out. Oh, hey.
I can explain.
No, you can't.
What's up, Annabeth?
Wait, I know you.
No, you don't. I'm Annabeth.
Are you stalking me, Annabeth?
Yes.
Help you do what?
when capture the flag.
Let's go. Just take me to the next scene. You don't need to go to black screen.
She's my little sister.
Cool. Thank you. Establish that early on.
Maybe I should back up.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, please.
Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades agreed their children were becoming too powerful, so they made a pact not to father anymore.
That's great.
We did.
I like that Charlie, or Luke, is sort of delivering this to him. It's a neat perspective.
A demigod would arrive who was fated to go on a quest that even Chiron couldn't prevent.
Again, so efficient with the dialogue. Oh man, and this is all just like such good setup too.
No maiming and no killing.
Again, the whole like no killing, that's like, that should be really obvious.
Today feel like a winning kind of day to you?
I'll see you on the other side.
I like their dynamic too. It's very good. I'm really curious like what that is connected to. That's not like a cliffside, is it? Because it's above the trees.
I'm fine.
That's great. I love it so much.
Game on.
We have not seen much of him. That's great. The hat. Oh, it's so good. It's all so good. I feel like a broken record at this point. Again with the editing. Stop that. Just transition naturally. You don't need black screen. I don't know why they're doing that. That was some good combat there.
When it's time, he's gonna be ready. I know it.
And they're broadening perspective too. It's really nice. I never want to see that ever again. That was the worst thing of all time. That's quirky though. I like that. That's actually quite fun. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, glory's fine. Revenge is more fun.
They are so effective with such a short amount of time. Got the sparky spear. Is that Riptide or is that just a regular sword? It's not like glowing or anything.
I just want you to admit you're a fraud. It'd make me feel better.
That's nice.
Are you feeling up to that yet?
I like her motivation too. Again, they're doing a lot of things right in terms of motivations for all these guys. And that actually, I was thinking that looked like really slow running, but with the heaviness of the armor, that actually makes a lot of sense. Some of these strikes, they're definitely not intended to just make him, like these are all like killing blows. If he doesn't dodge something correctly, he's going to die. Get him closer and closer. Oh, did he snap it? He did. Whew. That was actually really good choreography there. God, that was a really good scream. I love the Luke and Chris relationship. They're so tight. It looks really really convincing, and he's not like in it alone.
I'm sorry.
What is wrong with you?
She's the one that figured it out, I guess. That's actually really cool. I mean, I don't know how she guessed it, but, you know, good for her, I suppose. Or, well, no, I do know how she guessed it. That it will be obvious. That's cool. Kind of weird that it's just a, you know, wide shot. That's a nice shot. I actually like that. That looks really cool. Are they gonna kneel? Are they gonna kneel for him?
You have been claimed by Poseidon, son of Poseidon.
He said Poseidon twice. Why didn't he say sea god? He could have said sea god in there once.
You are singular amongst demigods.
Yeah, that's interesting. They didn't make much of a big deal of it.
To prevent the outbreak of war.
Oh, we're going right into it, I guess.
And it has been stolen.
It's true, we haven't really gotten much of an indication of the global conflict going on here. It is weird to not have any perspective at all of the gods as of yet.
The bolt is with Hades in the underworld.
That's funny.
I know it sounds dumb.
It just gives all of that on Chiron. Just puts the entire impetus on him.
You are his son.
I am Sally Jackson's son.
That's nice.
Sally Jackson. You will accept this quest.
I won't.
I like that it's so emotionally charged, but I don't think...
Sally Jackson is alive.
Oof, there we go.
It looked like she died, but it only looked that way.
Grover.
I don't think Dionysus should be so invested. I feel like Dionysus is way too invested in everything.
She's with him now in the underworld. I think you can bring her back.
That's good. I love that they're like focusing in on that aspect of it. I mean, for the sake of being concise and adding that level of, you know, precision.
When do we leave?
Beautiful. Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, these episodes feel like they fly by. That's crazy. So that was episode 2. From what I got in this episode, it's very much following the same trajectory of continuing to trim the fat, keep it really just the bare bones, what is necessary to understand the plot, and then the rest of it is just focused on character and expository dialogue explaining everyone's backstories and the way the world works. Of course, they have cut out a lot of stuff in terms of understanding the world building and the global conflict that is going to be, you know, addressed in the 3rd episode and on, with the Master Bolt and everything surrounding that conflict. But in terms of character, it has done so much. So much for these guys. And, you know, when Luke was introduced, when Chris was... I don't even know if they mentioned Chris's name. I think it's Chris Rodriguez, Luke's friend. But they have a great relationship with each other. Luke has developed a good relationship with Percy. Annabeth is, you know, very much in character. She is a little bit snarky and you know, bratty, but she knows her stuff, and she is very, very skilled, and, you know, everyone can all sort of just look at it and admire her because they understand that her expertise is just unmatched because of her amount of time and experience at camp and beyond. Clarice's antagonism towards Percy was well justified, which was sort of lacking in the book. It was very much a simple kind of bullying type of personality. It wasn't anything necessarily too special, which is why I think this version of it was so fun to watch, because you could tell she didn't actually care that much about the fact that he was this, you know, this new guy, this special guy. She really just wanted to take him down a peg because, you know, he took down a Minotaur and she didn't want him to get a big head. And, you know, you can see that, and you can see how that could still lead to them being allies in the future, which is just, it's just great. It's all so good. I'm really kind of blown away by how enjoyable it is. Despite it really cutting out a lot, it manages to keep so much of what's important, and the stuff that matters is what they are able to focus on. And if it meant that, you know, there were some sacrifices to make, they focused on the most important aspects. They really did such a good job when it came to writing, for exposition, for world building, for character growth. It was so good. The smaller issues obviously come in sometimes with logistics, of course, which was what I expected from the beginning. There's no doubt that the logistics and some of the, you know, plot issues and, you know, just technical things that, you know, were problematic. That was the weakest aspect of the episode, and probably the weakest aspect of the show as a whole, from what we can see here already. Honestly, there were some things that I had issues with the book that remained consistent with the book. So it wasn't like they changed anything, really. It was more just they wanted to stick with what they had, and they didn't necessarily make it lower quality, but they didn't improve it either. So things like Clarice and her goons sort of fighting Percy and saying, yeah, don't worry, we're not here to maim or kill you, but like their strikes, like he could have died multiple times. I had an issue with Dionysus, the way his characterization was making him this really like aggressive kind of, you know, loud, angry man. I get why they did it. It just felt like he really shouldn't have been super active in that whole conversation. But I understand they needed that voice to be there for the stakes to build up the emotion, to build up, and ultimately Grover to come in and reveal the truth that, yeah, Sally might be alive still. Which, I mean, ultimately everything is going to form. It seems like the story as it stands right now is really, it's going in a very strong direction. Let's just leave it at that. It's going in a very positive direction, and I'm very excited to see how they take it when they actually go on the quest itself. Was there anything else? I think I might have had one or two other things. Oh yeah, the editing! Oh my god, why? Why with the black screen? I don't understand why they just straight cut to black like that. It would be so much more... I don't know, like maybe they're doing it for some specific reason. I can't think of why. A lot of those scenes felt like they could just bleed straight into the next one, especially when it was going into like the montage of Percy learning different things and, you know, failing at them, essentially. It really felt like they could have just bled right into that, but they cut to black. Same with all the other scenes, and I don't know. It was a very strange choice. Also, there's a correction I wanted to make. I did say that Annabeth shouldn't have been able to tell that Percy would have been a son of Poseidon, but like, this is coming from someone who is so deeply ingrained in the story that I forget that people don't know that that is him. And you know, the line of like, when would someone realize, it's non-existent to me. My brain can't process that. So seeing Percy attack Clarice when they, you know, try to swirly him in the bathroom, he attacks them, Annabeth sees it, and, you know, from there, obviously, she's going to be like, okay, putting the pieces together, like, that tracks. So, I'm overall super satisfied. I have very few complaints. It is being very efficient with its time. My only hope is that future seasons will potentially add some runtime in order to make up for the lack of fleshing out of these various world-building aspects that, you know, drew me into the story personally from the very beginning. That's my biggest hope for the future, and sort of minor concern for the season as it stands. I'm really hoping that by the end we have this, like, you know, idea of something bigger, something that is being, you know, it's growing towards something. Beyond that, though, I don't really know if I got anything else. Next episode's gonna be coming out in about a week, so you can expect episode 3 to be coming out around then. But yeah, until then, thank you guys so very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.